On today's show, we're going to talk about why the details matter and how they can bring in more customers to your landscaping business. So stay tuned. I'm excited to share this with you. I'm Gabe Arnold, and this is the Green Mountain Podcast. We are the champions who brave the elements to create beauty. We see chaos and create order. We are never afraid of hard work, and we understand the power of strategic thinking and intentional actions. We come from all walks of life, and we will never allow our past to determine our future potential. We create beauty around the homes of our customers and increase the value of our community with the work that we do every day. We understand the power of consistent branding because it helps us grow and serve all those around us. We practice effective sales so our company, employees, and community can benefit from the value we add. We intentionally invest in operational habits that help us deliver excellent results to our customers on a continual basis. We understand that powerful and beautiful things take time to grow, and with consistent watering and intention, amazing results can happen. We are committed to making the world a better place by being positive examples to all those around us. We don't allow anyone to look down on us because we know the value we bring to our community as leaders. We create positive workplaces for our employees so they feel safe and supported, and at the same time, we hold ourselves to high standards. We pursue excellence on a daily basis because we know the journey is worth the sacrifice. We are the protectors of the land. We are the guardians of beauty. We are the heroes. We are landscapers. I talk about my grandfather a lot in the show because I was really fortunate to have him in my life. He raised me. He was really my father figure and just taught me so much about life and about business. And he taught me a ton about landscaping. And one of the things that I love about him now, and I really didn't enjoy when I was younger, is he was such a stickler for the details. I remember if I missed even a few blades of grass on the walkway, like after I'd mowed, he would make me blow it all off again. I'd go get the blower again, blow it all off again. And he would make sure it was perfect. And one of the things he also liked to do, which now makes a lot of sense to me, is he would always have new employees, me being one of them at the time. He'd always have them come work on his house first. He'd have them, do the landscaping there, lay the sidewalk, whatever it was going to be, because he wanted to have us trained there, because if there was a mistake, we could fix it and it, wouldn't upset a customer. But even though that really frustrated me in the beginning, when I got older, I had a really successful contracting company and I had learned a ton from him. And I had a large general contractor in our area hire me to work for his company and work on, his clients' homes. And he really liked my work because he came and checked it out and he said, "Hey, I think we can try this out. Let's do a few projects together and see if you're going to be a good fit to work for me and obviously take great care of his clients." And these were what was interesting. And I didn't know at the time, but by working for him, I ended up working on a handful of billionaires' homes. And I didn't realize that till we got into it, but they were really, really successful folks who had obviously wanted to put beautiful landscaping in, stonework, all these different things. And one of them was the CEO of Progressive Insurance. Another one was a guy who started a company called Leaseway Trucking years ago, which really kind of spawned the trucking industry in our country. Another was a really successful hedge fund manager. And so my client, the general contractor who hired me, his name was John. And he was like, "You have got to be up to our standards before I even let you on the job. And while I love your work, one of the things that you're going to have to do is your trucks are going to have to be super clean." Because I showed up to meet my general contractor client at his office and my truck wasn't washed. And he's like, "That's not going to work. Don't ever come here again without your truck being clean." And I thought at first, man, what a jerk. I can't believe he's telling me how I need to take care of my stuff. But I was like, well, he's got a bunch of work. I'm willing to give what he's, sharing a try, or what he's asking me to do a try. And it reminded me of the things my grandfather taught me. The other thing he said is you have to show up in uniform. You have to be wearing khakis, and then you can obviously wear a company shirt, but you can never let anybody on your team show up with ripped jeans. And in the beginning, again, I was like, really, man, like this seems over the top. But once I got into working for his customers, working alongside the other tradesmen that were working on these homes and doing these projects, I started to notice that my crew, as I asked them to meet this requirement, really started to show up with a lot of pride. They really liked having, a consistent, uniform that they were wearing. At first, they weren't thrilled about it, taking care of the trucks, cleaning things up, making sure everything was really spotless and clean before we pulled into these clients' homes. But over a few months, it actually transformed to where they really took pride in having everything clean and neat and orderly. And it was just a mindset switch for me and my employees. But ultimately, it brought out the best in us. It's helped us not only be, detailed in our appearance and how we showed up and just with those little details, but I saw it translate into the work that we were doing. The jobs were cleaner when the guys left. The work was better. It had a trickle down positive effect of making sure that everybody realized that the details matter. And I was talking to my team about this recently and was talking to them about how when years ago, they don't do this as much anymore, I don't think, but years ago, bank tellers and like currency investigators and people that were trying to track down people that were creating fraudulent fake dollar bills, they would study the original dollar bill. They would study all the details. They would know what a real dollar bill looked like. And when they got handed a fake dollar, they could instantly spot it because they were so focused on the details. They were detail oriented. And the reason that stood out to them is because when somebody's looking at something, the little details can create friction. They can consciously or unconsciously make people uncomfortable. And the difference between pulling into a customer's home with clean truck, clean equipment, everybody coming out with the same, uniform dress code, is it creates this trust. It's professionalism. It just creates this feeling for your customer where they're like, man, I love these guys. They do great work, and they show up and their trucks aren't all trashed and dirty. Because if you've ever, all of us have probably had other trades quote for us, or we've seen those experiences. If you've ever seen somebody in the trades, or even we see another, landscaping company, if they pull up in a beat up truck and their mowers are beat and they come out and they got holey jeans, it just creates a bad impression. It shows that if, my grandfather would say, and I tend to agree, he'd say, if you don't care about that stuff, then why would you care about, working on my house? Why would you care about the project you're doing here? And so he clearly kind of pointed that out to me and helped me identify that the perception is important because we want to create a good first impression. But also the reality is that when we teach ourselves and we teach our employees and we teach everyone around us to live at this higher standard, then we put out better work. And we put out better work, we're more profitable. We get more referrals and the business grows. And so this is an operational habit that I want you to consider. What are the standards that you're going to require for your equipment? How clean does it need to be? How often are you going to make sure it's clean and good shape? How are the trucks going to be taken care of? Are they going to be clean inside? What's the standard? What's the uniform that you're going to ask your team to wear? Sometimes we work with our clients, landscaping clients, and they already have this in place and they're awesome at it, and that's excellent. Other times I share with our clients that are working with us in Landscape Marketing Hero, this is something that will help you have more consistent branding. It'll make sales easier because people will trust you more. It's one of those operational habits that's going to make a big difference. And so I just want to challenge you today and ask you, are you willing to step up the level of detail, the level of excellence in your business? Because if you're willing to do that, it's going to help you climb the green mountain. It's going to help you level up your business, earn more, grow more. It's going to help you attract better customers. It's going to help you attract better employees. It's going to make a big difference. And so that's the operational habit I want to leave you with today. Just asking you to consider, how can we level up our attention to detail? Because that's going to bring in more customers and it's going to help the business grow. So I hope that's helpful to you today. If you need any help or if you need any advice, reach out at landscapemarketinghero.com. We would love to serve you. And I look forward to seeing you next week on the show. If you're ready to begin your journey up the Green Mountain, where we show you how to build a low-stress, high-profit, $10 million per year landscaping company, then head over to landscapemarketinghero.com to download your free growth map. One of our guides will be there to help you along the way. Again, that's landscapemarketinghero.com.